Always low prices at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
Aviation Nation was an explosive hit this year as Nellis Air Force Base put on a spectacular two-day show featuring aerial static and ground demonstrations. KPVM television had the honor of speaking to WASP granddaughter and U.S. Air Force pilot Major Hannah "Venom" Gilpatrick about the original female flying force who never quit. Let's check out part one in our two-part special.
Hannah, not only are you living out your grandmother's legacy as a WASP, but you're also a pilot here as well at Nellis Air Force Base.
Yep, that's right. I fly C-130s. I fly with the Weapons Squadron, but I also do non-material joint test for the Warfare Center. But my grandma is really who inspired me to become a pilot. She was a WASP in World War II. That stands for the Women Airforce Service Pilots, which was a secret program that allowed more of the men to be released to go to the front lines of the fighting, while the WASPs stayed stateside and did all of the non-combat jobs. So what they did was they would ferry planes, they would tow targets for gunners to practice firing against. They would test airplanes, take them from the factories and break the engines in, as well as instruct the male pilots at their pilot training bases.
How did your grandmother gain her 200 hours of pilot training school before being accepted into this program?
So she went to a bunch of different flight schools to try to learn how to fly. A lot of the men were really not very encouraging of this, and they told her no. But she did eventually find a flight school with some male pilots who were really excited about sharing their love of aviation. She did not tell her mom that this was going on for a while. Her mom was really upset when she did tell her and didn't talk to her for months, but her dad was really encouraging of this, and that's what pushed her and spurred her to go forward. My grandma's always been someone who wants to stand out, so this was a really good way. She's always wanted to be different. She never needed a role model or anything to go. She said, I want to be the first, and so she went and did that.
Only in competition with herself.
Exactly.
So this particular WASP aircraft behind us, what did this do for the fighting force?
So this specific airplane was used as a trainer, but it also was stationed here, and what it did was it would teach gunnery students how to shoot from the back of their bombers. So B-29s, B-17s, this T-6 here would dive bomb them with a target towed behind them. And the gunners would shoot at the streamer with something like a paintball or a piece of clay that had a different color. And each student had a different color per shooter, so they would take the streamer back and see how many of each color the students would shoot. So that's how they would grade them. And they also knew that if any of the color ended up on the plane, who to yell at.
We hope that you can tune in tomorrow night for the final portion of our interview with WASP granddaughter and U.S. Air Force pilot Major Hannah "Venom" Gilpatrick. Reporting from Clark County, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.